Good evening, Visibility Vibers. It's me, Jenny Kovacs, with the sticky uppy hair. So I will spend the first few seconds, as usual, just using the Facebook Live cameras and mirror. I mean, why not, eh? So good evening and welcome to this quite impromptu edition on here on my Facebook page. Now, let me tell you where this comes from and let me tell you what you're about to experience. So this is a masterclass, an impromptu masterclass, but important all the same. So here's what I highly recommend. You can tell it's live in mirror right in there. It's the 17th, Sunday the 17th of June. And at the time of recording this, I am sharing this because it occurs to me that as a visibility specialist, as the first visibility specialist in the UK, there are things that I do. People often look from the outside and look into my life or to my business or to my Facebook Lives or my talks or my page, and they either think they know what I'm doing and why, or they try to figure out what I'm doing and why. And I thought, well, let's make this easy. So every Sunday over in my group, which is the Visibility Vibes Tribe Facebook group, and if you're not yet part of that, what are you waiting for? Go to the top of the page, click the join group button. You will be asked 3 questions, 3 very simple questions. And once you complete them, which will take you 30 seconds to fill out, it ensures for me anyway that you're not a robot or something, or a bot. And once you filled them out, I'll let you into the group. Me personally, I let every single person into the group because the Visibility Vibes Tribe has to be one of the softest, loveliest places to land. So here's what I'd love you to do. If you're watching this and you have other friends in business and they're not watching the football, or they're sick and tired of watching the football, then just click share. Share on your timeline and let them come over and see. And do it anyway, because even after the football or sometime between now and the next few days, they are going to want to find out why you're sharing this with them. And here's why I recommend that you should. I'm going to peel back the layers of what's behind my Sunday shares on the Facebook Live. And I'm going to explain why I do what I do, how it gets you more visible, whether you are a complete newbie and nobody knows about you, whether you've been going for a while and people know about what you do, but you want to extend and expand your reach, or whether you are really well known, you've got a big audience, a big following, and you want to be able to do more stuff. Wherever you are on this, these tips and nuggets will definitely serve you. So thank you so much for popping on. Just saying that you've got things to do, we'll catch this later, that's fine. So if you are watching this live and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to see the football, remember that as a Facebook Live, you're able to come back and replay this, okay? So no worries at all. So thank you for hopping on. And if you too have got a business and you want to be even more visible, you want to be seen by new people, you want to be heard by new audiences and bigger audiences and different audiences, and you want to really have your business out there, one of the easiest, quickest tips, easiest ways to do that is when you watch a Facebook Live, whether it's mine or someone else's, and you like what they're saying or you're getting great value from it, put a comment below. It shows your name and it makes you more visible, not only to them, the people that are waiting to work with you, but to me too. And also, from having done in excess of 1,000 Facebook Lives now, having done over 1,500 videos, having spoken, I don't know how many times since my business started in 2010. I've spoken hundreds of times. I've spoken and trained audiences, both business, big audiences, small audiences, corporate audiences. My background is in financial services, so I've even done the corporate compliance audiences, spoken at those kinds of conferences, as well as speaking to people in travel, people in retail and fashion, so people with physical products to sell. You name it, I've spoken to a lot of different people. So I've only jumped on and said, good evening. So just to let you know, we've got Lisa who's jumped on and said hi. She's a coach, but she helps you to press the pause button when you're feeling overwhelmed, specifically works with women. We've got Ivona, who is a relationship coach, and she'll help you to get relationship ready. And although she predominantly and currently works with women, I know that she has also been starting to think about working with men too. So those are just some of the people that come and watch these lives, either live or on the replay, and you've just hopefully got to know them. And you never know who might need their products or services too. So let me hop straight into this. This is a masterclass. So one thing that I would recommend you do is keep some water to hand. I'm cheating a bit. I've had my dinner and I had a little glass of biodynamic wine, which was really delicious. But keep your brain hydrated. So drink as much water as you can. With that, I'll take a sip. Get pen and paper. And even if you just want to sit back, kick back and take in the nuggets that I'm about to share with you, remember that you can click the notification to save this video and watch it back again and again, or click the notifications in general for when I go live, and you'll be able to watch, watch any new stuff that I've got coming up. And there's a lot of juicy stuff coming up. Okay, so I am making this video, and the reason that I'm doing this now is because every Sunday in the Visibility Vibes Tribe Facebook group, every Sunday, even if I don't post the thing in there until midday or 1 o'clock, and sometimes on a Monday too, I encourage you to do something I'm calling a Sunday share. And that Sunday share is an opportunity for you to share anything about your business or anything about your life if you want to. But it might be a retreat, and I've got my notes here on my little iPad mini. And I'm not endorsing, any type of tablet will do, but I particularly like this one. I'm very fond of it. I've had it for a number of years and I love it. So whether you are promoting your retreat, whether you're promoting a conference that you're running or attending or speaking at, whether it's your program, whether it's an online program or in the flesh program, it could even be your book that you've written or books. You've written some books and you want more people to read your books or buy your books or get your books out there. For some of you, you're running workshops or you're running events or you're running like meetups, as in meetup groups or just meetup in the flesh stuff. Some of you have got special offers running at the moment. So those of you that tune in regularly will know that I have a bite-sized program, which is shown on my website, jennykovacs.com. It's shown on there. However, this time around, up until the 30th of June, what I've been doing is actually letting people have bite size for a reduced price and for double the time. So instead of 6 weeks with me, they've been getting 12 weeks with me at a very juicy price. And all I've been saying is, if you want bite-sized coaching on a weekly basis with me personally, not with a head coach or any member of a team or anything else like that, all you need to do when you're watching me on a Facebook Live is type the word bite-size in the comments, or if you're feeling shy, go to the message bar above, type the word in bite size, and I will let you know the details of what that is. If it's a good fit for both of us, then we do it. And if it isn't, I let you know that too. And if there's someone else that can give you what you actually need, and I know of them, and I've got a massively, I would say a very interesting black book. If you could see some of the telephone numbers in my phone directory, you would literally pull that face like. So if you and I working together isn't going to be a good fit, I'll always pass you forward to someone else. Now, the other reason that I love to do this, hey, Ryan, good to see you. I'm really good. So thanks for saying hi. Hey, it's the meme lady herself. Personal joke, Julia Bernard Thompson, the lady of the memes. Oh my gosh, I wish I could share what I was talking about, but I won't. So here's the thing. When you guys show up on my Facebook Lives like this, whether it's in the group or whether it's here, and you start to tell me a bit about your business, then next time you hop on a Facebook Live and you say hello, then I can say, oh, and meet Vanessa, or meet Julia, who does A, B, or C. So I absolutely love finding out about what you do. That is the heart of why I'm the queen of being seen. Not because I've got some bigger ego, decided to call myself a queen, but because I'm especially adept at helping you spread your ripples far and wide. And for some of my clients, the ripples have gone to their local town. Some of them have gone to their local part of the country. Some of them have gone to shores, overseas shores. But for most of them, they can get recognised for their work internationally, and they get recognised doing what they love. So the Sunday share happens every week over in the Vibes Tribe group, and I ask you to share something that you're doing. I even say, if you're sharing a retreat and a program and a blog, all I ask you to do is to create 3 separate posts so it doesn't get confusing. Howdy, partner, says Emma. Howdy, partner. So here's the thing, and here's what's important to know. there is a method to my madness. So Emma's saying, I need help with my business selling bags. Oh, you need help with your business selling bags. I think that's what you meant there. I just read that wrong. So here's the thing, or here's the method to my madness. And I'm going to go through, and this is really pen and paper time, because, so Emma, put in the box below, no links, just tell me you need help with your business of selling bags. What kind of bags are they you're selling? Are they handbags? Are they shopping bags? Are they money bags? Are they bags that explode in the car if someone has an accident? You know, what kind of bags? I nearly said fun bags and then realised that there's a double meaning for that, and I'm not even going to go there. So what kind of bags are they? Put them in the comments below. But here is a really great time that if you've got friends in business who do not want to watch the football and want to watch this live or on the replay, I suggest you share this now. Get your pen and paper out and get ready to be ready. So airbags, yes, that's what they're called, airbags. Of course they are. I should know. I saw one explode in my face in 2006, I believe it was. I was fine, everyone else was fine, but I actually saw them in action. So the reason why on a Sunday I ask you to share in a certain way, I'm actually going to tell you what I do. In fact, let's start from the top. I'm actually going to tell you why people tell me that they can't share, and we'll go back if we've got time to the antidote for that. So how you can move past that, because, you know, some of you are busy business owners and you're husbands and wives and lovers and mothers and fathers and caregivers. So your life isn't exactly you're sitting there waiting for everything to happen. Your life is pretty busy, and these visibility techniques that I share, I love to share to help you get yourself out there. So sometimes people share and sometimes they don't. The reasons that they don't share, and I've got them written right in front of me, here's what they tell me. They tell me, I'm too busy. Jenny, I don't work on Sundays. I can't take part in the Sunday share. These are all true, and these are the most common. They say, I don't need to, I'm already known. Or they don't say it, they just don't show up and do it. They say, I've got nothing to share. They say, oh, I forgot. They say, am I allowed to post another day instead? I wasn't sure, so I didn't post. They say, and I've had this a number of times, I can't share because I won't share because it's really disrespectful to you, Jenny. We'll come back to this. Or they say, I've already posted about it before. You know, I've got an event that's coming up. I've already posted about it before. I've posted once before. Thank you for sharing, Emma. Thank you so much. So those are the reasons that people don't. And I'm going to come back to those because I want to give you the reasons why you should share. And I will come back to those. And if, as I'm speaking, there are any questions that come along, then let me know. And I will answer them. And I can see the comments up here, but I want to, because I'm known for flapping my gums and getting carried away and talking too much, I want to be able to give you some really great stuff. So I shared some top tips in a post earlier, but I'm going to delve deeper and let you know why it's important to do this, because I'm the expert here, and if I don't tell you the method to my madness, you will just presume that you don't need to do it or it's not important. So the first tip for sharing your work in groups, especially in Facebook groups. Thank you for sharing, Ryan. Thank you so much. You said shaded, but I knew you meant shared. And lots of kisses. I don't mind that. Okay. So here are some of the things that happen. If in my group anyway, and if in someone else's group, you're invited to come in on a certain day and share something, share it as a brand new post. Now, why would you do that? You'd think, oh, well, this is where they've said if you've got a workshop coming up, share it here. If you've got a product to sell, share it with a link to your website. And you might be tempted to put it in the comments below. But visibility is about exposure. It's about the confidence that you've got in yourself, your products, and what you do. And the best way to let people know about that, rather than hiding it, invisibility, rather than hiding it underneath the comments, is to create a brand new fresh post. By doing that, you create a new post, you get new fresh interactions. The only time I would say don't do this is if the person has specifically said, please post in the comments below. And if they've said that, then respect them as the person that's brought the group together, that's maybe paid money for the website page to be added onto their website to let people know about the group. But do that. Can you loop with your lounge? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Can you loop with your lounge? Can you expand on that question? Because I don't know what that means and I'd like to answer it. Anyway, so that was the first tip. Share as a new post, not as a comment, but underneath. And if you're going to share a new post, let's face it, we all see this writing. You open a newspaper, magazine, there's writing. But what's the thing that's going to really draw your attention to it? Think of adverts, whether you're on the bus or on the tube or something like that, if you live in London, or on the underground if you live in, say, New York. One of the things that all good advertisers will utilise are great graphics. So just a great picture. Now Facebook makes this even easier, because even if you've got no picture to share, you can now use a very brightly coloured background and write something on it. So that will get attention. So never, ever, ever, unless you absolutely can't, do it any other way, never ever share your products or services without a photo, without a picture, without something like that. If you're not sure what to share and you sell bags, or you sell physical products, so there's a lady in our group that sells essential blends, her company's called, but she sells like lovely face creams and oils and things. Why not put a picture of that thing? I've got makeup artists, in fact I've got a number of makeup artists in the group. If you're a makeup artist, why not write a post and share a picture of either somebody's face that's being made up, has been done with their permission of course, or even it could be like, powders and things that you've got out that you use, brushes or anything else like that. So if you're going to share your work in groups, share it as a brand new separate post. Use a photo to really draw attention. Okay, so one of the next tips, that's the first tip. If you've got any questions on that, please put it in the comments below. So next piece, if a hashtag is given, remember to add it. Now this might sound like a vanity thing, and if I was saying put in the hashtag Jenny Kovacs is the best or something like that, then you might be forgiven for thinking that. But in a group with over 750 people, which this group has got, and a majority of you are all posting different things throughout different times of the day, I like to go in and see what people are offering. I like to go in and give them some encouragement. So I will go in and I will go straight into the search function and search for the hashtag Sunday Share. This then brings everything up. So when I see Sunday Share, I'm able to have a look, I'm able to see what people need. Now, if you are going into a group and going to all the effort of promoting your workshop, your products, your programs, your services, your blogs, or anything else for the Sunday Share that happens in there, and you're not putting the hashtag in, then it's likely that you're going to get overlooked. And if you get overlooked, then you're missing a really great chance to have your product, your service, or whatever you're offering to stand out. Okay, so if a hashtag is given, use at least one of them so that people can find the work easily. Also, and sorry if I'm kind of teaching you how to suck eggs here, but a lot of people don't realise that hashtags are like search functions. So if on Facebook, and try it after this Facebook Live, if you put in hashtag World Cup, no spaces ever in a hashtag, you will see posts that have been heavily talking about the World Cup. You'll see pages that have been talking about them. You'll see news articles. It's like a really great search function. And if you're looking for something or a specific subject, remember that somebody is looking for you. And one of the things that a lot of people just don't even start to think about is that people are looking for your products and services. What if someone's looking for your bags? What if someone's looking for your high-end products? What if somebody's looking at relationships? What if they're single and they're thinking, what can I do about this? So they type in the hashtag single, like you might do for Avona, because Avona's a relationship coach. So it helps people to find you more easily. So this is a practice, and the reason why I do this in the group, this is a practice that I encourage in the group, so you can get used to it. So wherever you post on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, or even on LinkedIn, you get into the habit of doing this and people find you. It even works on Google+. So find something that is common for what people are looking for and use that hashtag. Use that hashtag. Okay. Third point, I've said comment on others' posts. Now, here's the reason to do that, especially if somebody's sharing it on a video. When you're commenting on the post, people will be able to see by your post what you're commenting. This is a public page. Everybody can see the comments and things here. But what will happen is I will get a sense of who you are, what you do by reading your posts. So somebody else will see what you're posting. They'll get a sense of what you do and who you are by your posts. And this will be the make or break whether somebody decides that they're going to come back and see what you're doing. This is going to be the make or break where somebody loves what you do and they start to make contact with you. This has certainly happened to me. I've had so many opportunities, and I could go back to when I started my business in 2010, but even if I go back in just the last 6 months of the year, I've had the opportunities of speaking to various different groups. Some of them have been business groups, some of them have been execs in a corporate setting, some of them have been in the travel industry, for example. I've also had the great fortune to speak at Google, which was amazing. Thank you very much to the AWTE. I've had lots of amazing opportunities. I've been to Mexico. I've been to yoga retreats and joined with other people. And people have become aware of what I do just from Facebook alone. But this has helped me to leverage my offline opportunities too. So it's meant that I have been able to go and speak, which isn't social media. I've been able to go and facilitate in groups, which isn't social media. I've been invited to speak to mastermind groups, which isn't social media. I've been invited, in fact, in August, I will be speaking to a mastermind group that's based in Australia. All of these things started with me being visible and getting myself out there. Okay, so this is a really, really important thing to do. So comment on other people's posts, encourage them. They are all in a similar boat to you. Encourage them. Do you know how much bravery, how much courage it takes to put yourself out there in a group of people that you might not already know? Do you know how much bravery and courage it takes to put yourself out there when you're worried about your friends or family seeing your comments? Do you know how much courage it takes when somebody has got a fantastic product and they then wanting to go out and sell it, or they're then wanting to go out and find out something else? So honour somebody else's courage that they've taken to put their stuff out there, respect other people's ability to put themselves out there, and join in. One of the things that warms my heart so much about the Visibility Vibes tribe is that quite often the Vibers either have phone calls, they meet up, they do business with each other, they buy products and services, they go to each other's workshops. So business is done even within that group. And that group, is relatively small compared to some on Facebook, which has got tens of thousands of people. So this is the thing. Go out there, start to let people know about what you do. Start to let people know about what you stand for. Start to let people know more about your message, and it will cause a ripple effect. It will spread the ripples far and wide. Those are just 3 tips that I shared. So I've got some other notes here. So why are these important visibility strategies? Because the truth of the matter is, especially if we have been doing visibility in a way that hasn't really enhanced our business, number one, it simply gives you a really great place to practice. I wondered what you were going to say there, Lisa. It's not the length, oh, the strength I saw. It's not the size of the tribe that counts, but the strength of the relationships. And this is absolutely true. One thing I know for sure is that I have spoken to big stages, I've spoken to hundreds of people, I've spoken to 2 or 3 people. And if you don't have that rapport, you don't have that relationship, you don't have, that connection with people, it doesn't matter. So when you see somebody else that's posting, take a moment, rather than just go in and cut and run in any group and post your stuff, do think about posting on other people's stuff. Okay. And I just want to let you know, Ellie, that everything you're posting on here, not only are the other people that are watching can read your comments, but people that watch this on the replay will also be able to read your comments too. So I think you're having a conversation with your friend, but the comments that you're putting on, everyone can read. If you're cool with that, that's fine. If not, then you might need to go back and delete some of them. So strong relationships are definitely formed for sure. So this benefits you because when you are doing these things, even just those 3 tips that I shared before, you are forming relationships. It lets people know what you do. So people that are trying to find you, even if they don't need your services, they might know of someone else who does too, and it brings them back to you. So it gets you from being unknown to more known and more well known, not just because people see your comments and your posts, but because people see what you do. And if they don't need you, or if they do need you, then, hey presto, they come and ask you more about your work, but they can also tell other people about what you do too. So definitely worth doing. And if you haven't already, set your reminder every Sunday that there is a Sunday share going on. So if you've got any questions, put them in the comments below. What I want to do is I want to go back to the first reasons that people gave me that they don't share. And I want to share the antidote to that. So whether it's my group, whether it's someone else's group. So I started off by telling you reasons why, people share sometimes and other times people don't share too. So I wanted to share those reasons. So let me go through what they are. There's 3, 6, 7, 8, and there are more. Okay, so first one, I'm too busy. Well, here's the thing. If you have a business, something that you'll need to do is you'll need to continuously market. You'll need to continuously market your products and services. Okay. When you continually market your products and services, you will have a consistent stream of people with their eyes on your business and what you do. You'll have a consistent stream of clients. You'll have a consistent stream of income. You'll have a consistent stream of visibility. Now, if you are busy, let's take, back in the day, I remember having a client who was a cake maker too. So let's take that. You're busy making cakes. It comes up to Christmas and you're like, I can't do any marketing or anything else. I've got all of December where I'm going to be busy making cakes. What then happens in January? You fall off the radar, you fall out of people's minds and they forget about you. And then you hear things like, oh gosh, I didn't even think about it. If I'd known, I would have come to you. I would love to have worked with you. So being consistent is thinking about, have something in place so that when you are busy, even if you're not now, think about what would happen if tomorrow morning you opened your inbox and you had 100 new clients that you had to deal with all the way through the week. How would you cope with that? Do you have the systems and processes in place? And do you have any sort of plan or strategy to keep being visible? Whether it's scheduled posts on your Facebook page, whether it's scheduled posts in your group, remembering to take 5 minutes while you're boiling the kettle to put a post in a particular group that you like. How will you keep that consistency? So being too busy is never an excuse. And if you get to a point where you really are too busy, then you either need help. That help could be that you might need to get the help of a housekeeper, for example, so that you've got a bit more time freed up at home to be able to do some work. You might need to start looking at building your team. And it could be a virtual team that you have. Maybe it's a VA or a PA. Maybe it's a copywriter, which Gail is. I know that she's a brilliant copywriter who's on here. It could be that you need somebody to help you with your sales calls or your sales strategy. It could be that you need somebody to help with your website. So you're not spending hours designing your own website, but you're doing... you've handed that over to someone else, you've outsourced it to somebody else, and you've freed up your time. But never let I'm too busy be your reasons, because I'm going to tell you something about reasons when I get to the end of this. Somebody else has said, in fact, a number of people said to me, Jenny, I don't work on Sundays, I have time off. And I'm fine with that. There's actually nothing in the Vibes Tribe that doesn't say you can go in on a Monday and post this. Now, here's what I used to do. I used to be in a group where every Monday we could share a product or service that we were offering. And Mondays is also my coaching day. So if after my 7 a.m. live that I do here every Monday, my Monday motivation, if after that 7 a.m. live, I was going straight into coaching calls back to back throughout the day, then I would know that on a Monday is normally where you would share your products and services. I would observe the rules, I would use the hashtag that they offered, but I would go in on a Tuesday, first thing on a Tuesday morning, and I would type, in this case it was underneath the post, I would type underneath the post using the hashtag and say, I'm a day later, but here it is, okay? But if I genuinely was just too busy on the Monday with my coaching calls, then I would just do it the next day. So for those of you that don't work on Sundays, you know, go to church on Sundays, it's too busy on Sundays, it's family time on Sundays, it's no social media on Sundays, that's fine. Still have something to share. Don't let that be a reason that keeps you away. Third one, I don't need to, I'm already known. I've had a couple of people say, well, I'm already known, I'm busy enough as it is, people know who I am and what I do. Well, if you're looking to keep your business at the same size, then perhaps that's a strategy that works for you. But you might want to go out and reach more people. You might want to go out and grow your business and extend your reach. And if that's the case, there are always people that don't know you and what you do. And if you never post, then they will never ever know or understand what you do. So it's really important to keep repeating that message. And, you know, I just think it's I'm going to say it, I think it can be quite arrogant to think, well, I'm already well known, I don't need to advertise my products and services. Even Gary Vee does a video or 2 or 3 on a daily basis. He's really well known. He's got over 1 million followers on his Facebook page, but he still puts his work out there, documents his life, educates people, inspires people, and so should you. I've got nothing to share. This, strictly speaking, isn't true. Sometimes people approach a Sunday share with, oh, I've got to sell something. If you have nothing to sell, then that might be a reason why your income is inconsistent. And I wish I could say this is a lesson that I learned years ago and, oh, it doesn't affect me. But there are times when I don't share things and then I think, oh my gosh, what's going to go on with my cash flow? So it always has a knock-on effect somewhere down the line. If not within a few weeks, definitely within a few months. So if you've got nothing to share and you've genuinely got nothing that you want to sell, what about that blog post that you wrote that got a lot of likes? What about the Facebook Live you did, whether it's 6 months ago that people really enjoyed? What about the question that you posted on your Facebook page that got a lot of engagement and interaction? Share something. Something is always better than nothing. Lisa's saying that she spoke to someone in the personal development world recently who hadn't heard of Marie Forleo. So yes, there are always more people you can reach. Do you know what? This is so true. And it's funny you should say that. I love Marie Forleo. I've been watching her since she was a brick wall in the background in 2000, I think it was 2011 when she got started. And I shared at a retreat that just went on a few days ago and said that she did, and this is true, she did a really great interview, 30-minute interview with, I'm trying to think of her first name, Amanda Steinberg, who is really great with matters of finance. So as I said, you know, to the people in the room, you really need to check out this video. It's fantastic. It'll help you make a start and think differently on your net worth. She's got a book, everything else like that. They said, Marie who? How do you spell her name? No one is exempt, you know, no one is exempt. So no matter how big you think you are, there are always more people and new people waiting to discover you and what you do. So I forgot. That's fair enough. But one thing that I want to speak to on this, if you truly intend to make a regular habit of doing something and you have forgotten, then what are you going to do to remind yourself? Now, I hear this in all sorts of shapes and sizes. I now do not work with clients who forget to turn up for calls. They forget to turn up with a call, they lose the call, and it's likely that our working relationship will end. That is one thing I can thankfully say is a thing of the past. But, you know, I forgot. if you have forgotten, then put something in place to remember, because if you're forgetting something like that, which actually enhances your business, raises your visibility, could it be that you are forgetting calls with your own clients? Could it be that you are forgetting to do important things in other areas in your life? And it's likely that you are. The only times where you might forget something is if you've been through, a heavy personal time, or, some sort of trauma or something, something unusual has happened. And even then, if that's going on for you, and, I started my business in 2010 and had a very personal, quite traumatic experience, and I couldn't keep any information in my head. But when I knew that, I made sure that I wrote things down. I made sure that I put things in my calendar with reminders. So I did what I could to make sure that I was doing something to remember those things too. So I forgot isn't really a great reason or a great excuse. And if you show up in the group and say, oh, I should have done this and I totally forgot, you might inadvertently be sending out a message to your next new potential client that you're forgetful and probably not worth doing business with. Not every time, but that could be a presumption that they make. People often say, am I allowed to post another day instead? Absolutely. If you are not working on the Sunday and you are doing something else instead, then allow yourself to post on the Monday or the Tuesday. Actually, you could post any day of the week. As long as you're using that hashtag Sunday Share, I really don't mind. If I feel it's been abused and you're just going in and, every day just posting something and not ever commenting on anyone else's, I can exercise my right to delete the post or to ask you to give a little bit back. But that hasn't happened yet. As I say, the Visibility Vibes Try is a juicy and soft place to land. So you'll find loads of encouragement and stuff in there as well. I've heard, oh, I won't, Jenny, it's disrespectful to your group. Well, thank you so much for thinking of me. However, if I didn't want you to share in the group, I wouldn't ask you to share. In fact, right here on this page, every now and then I put a welcome post on this public page and I say, type below and let me know what you do. Do you know, in a page that's got over 900 people on it, I'm lucky if 3 or 4 of you post what you do. What a great way to get exposure to your audience when people are looking at my page and see what you do and realise you've either got similarities or somebody that they know needs your services. It's a real opportunity that's wasted, and I don't like wasted opportunities. So Ivona's saying, hadn't thought of sharing old blogs, videos, etc. Thanks for this, Jenny. You are absolutely welcome. Absolutely welcome. And the last point was, well, Jenny, I've already posted about it before. Now, I hear this a lot. I have seen people who have had the most magnificent events, the most brilliant workshops, lovely retreats, phone calls, online courses, programs, who think that by posting once is enough or by posting twice is bombarding people and too much. The old adage still counts in terms of old school marketing, that people are likely to need to see something between 7 to 9 times before it either registers or before they take it in and make an action with it. So if you've got a retreat, for example, that you want to fill in November, you could technically post in the group every week about the retreat, but don't just post the link to the website page or however you're selling it, or Eventbrite or whatever. Let people know why they might like to go. Give them a little bit of information about what inspired you to run it in the first place, what they might get out of it, who they might meet there. Give them bits of information so that they can make up their own mind about whether it's good for them, whether it's not, or whether it's good for someone else that they know too. So that's the method to my madness on the Sunday Share. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got any questions, please put them in the box below. Otherwise, we're going to wrap this up. This has been a mini masterclass with the method to my madness. And even though I've made reference to my group, this could be for any other Facebook group, any other LinkedIn group, any post on Twitter. It could be a post on Instagram. There are lots of different things that you can use on all of those platforms. It's not just about being online and social media. It's about leveraging your visibility offline. It's about promoting your profile. It's about boosting the value of your products and services and letting people know that you're serious about what you do. Heard so many people say, I'm passionate about A, B and C, but then the passion dies off after one post. That doesn't allow people to feel your passion. So If you know that you want help with this, and even though I've given you a ton of information on here, you know that you want my personal eyes and ears on what you're doing, and, you know, step-by-step guide over 12 weeks, which is 3 months. You know, you're going on holiday and you want to know how you can leverage that visibility while you're on holiday, things to do there, then go up to the top there, hit the message box, write the word bite-sized, and I will show you how you can get access to that. And for those of you that are worrying about this already, with the bite-sized program, I do make it really easy to do in 3 easy payment chunks as well. For those of you that are working with me privately, remember that your subscriptions are coming up for review soon. So can't wait to see you for the next quarter. Can't wait to do our coaching calls. And it also means that you get access to a very secret community of Inner Circle Visibility Vibers. And in there, you can post whatever you want, whenever you want. You can share your products, your services, and everything else. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go back. Julia says, good stuff as always. Thank you, lovely. Ivona says, thanks, Jenny. You are welcome, my lovely. Thank you for joining me, Lisa. Thank you for your comments and services. And I look forward to seeing you, those of you that are up and at it at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. I look forward to seeing you there, where we'll start off with a little bit of Monday motivation and things to really lift your spirits when you're feeling like you've had enough and you want to tear your hair out. Can't wait to speak to you 7 a.m. right here on this page tomorrow. Continue the conversation over in the Visibility Vibes tribe. And remember, don't keep me a secret. Please share this post. I'm the queen of being seen, because you being seen, being heard, being noticed is what gets me out of bed in the mornings. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.